Why is it a good thing if we don't see Halo 6 at E3? I know you're all probably a lot like me and are more than a little wary about what the future holds for Halo. Much like the Destiny franchise, which has been chewed up and regurgitated on players, Halo appears to be following a somewhat similar path in terms of content and storyline. So the best way to fix the issue is to get us the game sooner, right? Well, in this case, that might end the franchise rather than save it. Let's take a look at the Halo series in general. Halo 1 through 3 with ODST included are pretty much what made me loyal to the franchise. I love those games, you love those games. I grew up with those games, you grew up with those games. To see what they've become in the last few years when handed off to 343 Industries is kind of a little bit of a letdown. Halo 4 struck me as a little off. The love story between the Master Chief and Cortana was always there throughout the series, but didn't really need to be brought front and center. There was not a person who played that wasn't aware that they were attached to one another in some way or another. Well, attached, or as attached as an AI could be to a half-robot, half-human super soldier. But I thought to myself at the time, surely 343 was just getting their footing. They were bound to make a few slip-ups along the way, and they were taking the reins of this epic storyline, so there might be a few hiccups. I thought maybe we just expected too much, and maybe Halo 4 wasn't really that bad. As time progressed, I found more and more things to like about the game, and eventually I realized that I did have fun while playing it. I would go back, play multiplayer, crush some Spartan Ops, then jump off to go do something else. Over time though, this faded. I found myself going back to play the first 3 Halo games more often than not. But then, the news broke that not only were we getting all the Halo games in one download or disc, but that Halo 2 Anniversary was going to drop as well. I can't really convey to you how pumped I was at the time as we finally had all the games on one disc, which means all those games would be at my disposal. No more would I have to get up, pop in a disc I've had for a few years, hope it worked as my friend had scratched it years ago, and always avoid that one part of the level because it would always seemingly crash. It seemed all was right with the world. Then it launched, and almost immediately, the issues began to appear. Issues with matchmaking, the game crashing, lack of customizability. We were promised the game the way it shipped years earlier, and what we got was a broken mess. What really kind of set me off a little bit out of everything that happened was the fact that gamers just wanted 343 to fix the game. And I would classify it just kind of brushing off the worries of gamers. So to me, it was a little arrogant. 343 basically said, sorry, it would require us to break the game down to its coding and it's too tough, so we aren't going to do that. I remember thinking to myself that I am the paying customer. I bought this game expecting it to work, and your best statement is sorry? Are you kidding me? I had almost resolved at this point to never purchase anything else from them. Some time passed, as it always does, and the old kind of anger fades away, and Halo 5 was on the horizon. With the trailers amping me up, I began to think 343 was finally hitting its stride. Finally, they figured out what they did wrong, and they're going to make an interesting game that I can sink hours of my life into, play with my friends and family, and once again, all will be right with the world. Call me dramatic, but as soon as I fired up Halo 5, I immediately noticed a major flaw. I had brought my friend over to play, and we were going to play some co-op. I don't know if I had just missed the signs along the way or what the deal was, but I couldn't believe that they didn't have co-op in their game. Basically, he would have to go buy his own game just to play this with me. He had never really played too much Halo and wasn't willing to outright drop $60 just to play one round of it. Who knows? He may have actually enjoyed the game enough to buy it, but due to the fact that 343 was pulling an absolutely asinine stunt, we may never know. And they will never get that sale either due to their greediness. I kept playing Halo 5 and the customization seemed okay, but the glaring issue was there was really nothing to earn. It was all based on chance and luck. I couldn't make my Spartan look the way I wanted, and I couldn't really work towards getting what I wanted, so feasibly I just kind of stopped playing altogether. Weeks went by and I never even touched Halo 5. Prior to not really playing it, eventually I did beat the campaign, but I've mentioned this in some of my other videos, that the only thing memorable about it was the fact that the planet got glassed and someone was still intact in the glass, and as they were chipping away at it, they found this person and it required a psych evaluation of the worker who found them. So that was some pretty interesting lore to me. I don't know why it stuck, but it did. But even that will not save Halo 5, because Halo 5 was terrible. I know it's gotten better, but the game was a repugnant dumpster fire. Everything about it screamed Call of Duty. Enhanced mobility made it even worse and just annoyed me as I played. I had absolutely no fun playing the maps, the campaign was not worth remembering and boring, and customization was designed by a person with a gambling addiction. So, here we are, the third year in a 3-year cycle of Halo games. The pressure is on 343 to create something truly great or fade away as an embarrassment to the franchise. So, why is it a great thing if we don't see Halo 6 at E3 this year? Because everything needs to be scrapped. Whatever they were working on after Halo 5 that they thought was a good idea needs to be taken back to the drawing board, and I hope at this point it already has. Nothing in Halo 5 besides map editor was noteworthy. If Halo 6 carries the same torch that Halo 5 did, then Halo is going to be dead in the water. I believe 343 knows this too. As fans, we are fed up and disgusted with how the franchise has been changed. There used to be a time where, without question, I would go buy a Halo game at midnight because I knew it was going to be good. I didn't have to worry about it. I just knew. But not anymore. I don't trust 343. I don't like the direction that they went, and judging how many YouTube videos pull up on the topic, I'm not alone. Not seeing Halo 6 in June will actually bring me a small boost of confidence. This will give them time to write a good storyline, make improvements on the game's coding level so it's not too difficult, make a game that's actually worth a damn. If we do see it, you better believe I'm not purchasing that game outright. I got burned by Destiny 2 and suckered in with the reviews of it only afterwards to find out it is the exact same just crap as Destiny. I will not be taken in by Halo 6, and I would almost suggest anyone who's listening to do the same. Give it a month. Wait until you actually see if the game is worth your money. The only thing 343 will listen to at this point is obviously money, and I don't see them really caring what the fans have to say because they've gotten so much negative feedback. And I can understand this to a certain extent. On my videos, for instance, I get insulted all the time. I get torn apart on Reddit for posting stuff, and it gets to a point where you're just like, yeah, whatever, dude, and you move on with your day because it's so much negative feedback. Maybe this is what's happening with 343. But like I said, if this game is anything short of exceptional, Halo's gonna be dead. And as bummed out as it makes me to say this, I will be done with the franchise. So let's hope we don't see anything this year at E3. Break the 3-year cycle. It's okay to do this to save a game because I believe this is 343's last chance to save the franchise. But more importantly, their reputation as well. Because honestly, if 343 comes out with anything else, who wants to buy another game from a company that ran one of the most successful series into the ground? Not me. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this is sort of a downer, but as E3 draws near, I am a little concerned as to what may happen. Don't get me wrong, if they do pull a miracle after hiring a new writer and cobbling together a new art team after only a year, I will be thoroughly impressed. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that sub button on your way out. I would really appreciate it, and yeah, that would be great. Alright guys, I will see y'all in the next one.